Today we're doing a training. Okay, my name is Tony G, and we have a co-host here, Mr. Glenn Lave, and we are doing basically a free training to teach plumbing business owners how to avoid the slow season. What do you do to avoid the slow season? For example, for plumbing business owners, we normally have a slow season, like the beginning of holidays, and then it goes into tax season. And that's what you want to avoid. So let me share my screen with you guys here. You should be able to see my screen. And if you guys can see my screen, please let me know in the comments if you can see my screen. All right. So I was a plumber for 15 years prior to studying marketing and cracking the code on plumbing lead generation. So what I'm going to share with you guys today is going to be some secret sauce, not just general information. We also have Halo water systems in the house. So Mr. Glenn, say hi.
Hey, contractors, technicians, good morning. Len Blave here.
Oh, so he's at All City Plumbing, obviously a really big plumbing company. And Mr. Glenn's going to be teaching you guys how to add $300,000 to your sales. But I feel like right now we're towards the end of the year, and we're going to teach you guys how to get a surge of more profitable invoices. And it's going to start with advertising, and then it's going to end up going into like what the plumber should be doing on site. And we're going to go ahead and talk about ethical change orders. Okay, so check this out. If you're in this meeting, it's perfect for you if you want to learn what you need to do in order to get more jobs before the end of the year and to catapult into 2024. All right, so this is a perfect meeting for you. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys so you can see this a little better. All right, that should be better. And what should you do to your website? So Glenn's got some really cool information of what you should be doing to your website when it comes to getting homeowners to invest more into water filtration. On our end, on the advertising side, if you are coming across like Christmas time, have a Christmas promotion, guys. If you're coming across Halloween, have a Halloween promotion. Don't get lazy with promoting. And I recommend schedule this stuff like at least a month in advance. Because if you try to do things like, a few days before the holiday or post the weekend of, it's just not going to work that well. So I recommend, if a holiday is coming around, to go ahead and start editing your website. For example, what I did here, Santa Claus is helping us gift more plumbing jobs to plumbing business owners, drain cleaning jobs, water leaks, water heater jobs. And so this is my website. If you don't have something, and so this is seasonal stuff, it's not going to be up forever, right? And you can change things on your homepage, you can change things on your contact us page, or you can just create a whole new landing page on your website, right? Which is just a website page, and redirect traffic to there for the month. Okay. So how should you promote on social media? Well, it's got to have a direct correlation to whatever's going to be on your website. And I actually went ahead and put some red glasses on my Santa Claus here, so for branding purposes. But again, we're piggybacking on holidays. So let's say for plumbers that are targeting a specific city, I would remove this word called plumbers here, and I would put the city name in there and put homeowners. So maybe it's San Diego homeowners. You really got to gear your advertising to be very geographic specific, like location specific. That way, for a couple reasons, better marketing, and some other plumber won't steal your images, right? So in order for you to, on social media, what's social media, right? Social media is a very general word for like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, so on and so forth. You really should be, capturing the ones that homeowners are hanging out on, and then see which ones give you the most traffic. For me, it's Facebook and Instagram compared to like Twitter and TikTok. TikTok works even better than Twitter. So I know where to go and where to promote more and where to dump my money. So December 2nd, we're halfway through the month, but I'm promoting from as soon as December hit and Thanksgiving's over with, you got to move on to your Christmas stuff, and again, so have a problem, a solution, and a call to action. A lot of people wonder, what do I write on my social media? This is a simple, very simple formula of problem, solution, call to action. And then these hashtags actually help when people are looking for a plumbing contractor, or you should be putting in hashtags that are relevant to what your customers are looking up. Next step, how to retarget your book of business. So maybe you have a House Call Pro, maybe you have Service Titan, and you maybe have, thousands of customers in there that you should be targeting, right? Well, it's called reactivating or retargeting your book of business. Within your Service Titan or House Call Pro, you can email them, right? Sometimes you can text them. Guys, I want to give you an SOP that your dispatch can, follow up with is make sure they get an email, okay? Make sure they get a phone call, okay? Make sure they get a text message. Make sure they get traditional mail, snail mail, like the mailman. And then make sure that you're posting this stuff on every social media. And all this stuff should be relevant. Like, for example, I got my Santa Claus here on my social media and I got them on my website. You guys should be doing your marketing should all tie in together. But listen, if you're not retargeting your book of business, let's just say you have 5,000 plumbers. I'm just going to give you an example. There was a company about, I don't know how many years ago, they hired me out of Riverside, and he had a book of business of 5,000 homeowners that he's serviced in the last like 10 years or so. We sent out basically 2 emails in 1 month, and he generated an extra $28,000 over 2 emails. What the hell happened there, right? So the email had to do with, hey, you've already hired us in the past, but we have a promotion for if you need a plumber now. And if you have somebody if you know somebody that needs a plumber, we will give you a $50 gift card as long as they, schedule an appointment and pay for service. We will gift you a $50 gift card. Schedule for your family now. Click here now. So this email was generating a bunch of calls that people are like, gathering their $50 gift card, trying to recommend somebody to this plumbing company. So if you think about a $50 gift card, it's really like, think about a $50 lead, right? That's not that expensive. It's actually pretty cheap, So email marketing, it doesn't cost you much, like pennies to the dollar, to actually have the service. It's about what you're going to put in this email, what you're going to put in this traditional mail that will make these people call you. So I want to give you some more advice on what about traditional mail? What do you put in there? I don't recommend postcards. They usually get flung out the window or door, into the trash can, along with all spam mail. My recommendation is build a traditional piece of letter that they have to open. And as soon as they open, it should be very simple with a QR code and very big letters, not like one huge long letter that's personally written, like you're writing a love letter. I'm talking about have a call to action on there, maybe for drain cleaning, $99, whatever it may be. Don't just say that you do plumbing and please call us. Have a big ass QR code so they can get redirected to your website. Have a big phone number so they can call you. That QR code, when they redirect to your website, it should have a video. And this video should be explaining, hey, you've hired me in the past. And, this is what we're doing for you right now. Right. So they know that they've hired you in the past. It's a big deal. Phone calls. So you should be calling your book of business and trying to reschedule something, whether it's a water heater maintenance or whatever it is that you need to reschedule for another lead for you. Text messages, you can go back and forth. Don't just send out one massive text. Have a link and a picture in there for people to click, but some people want to go back and forth. So AI is something that can help you with this. If you don't know about that, give me a shout and I will absolutely introduce you to artificial intelligence that can go back and forth on text messages and schedule appointments for you. That's something we're providing for plumbers. Your social media, create one funnel and launch it on all social medias. And then let's just say, I'm going to give you 3 examples: an awareness ad, consideration ad, and a conversion ad. So what the hell does that mean? An awareness ad is telling people you exist. Consideration ad would be like social proof, testimonials. Conversion ad would be like promotions, retargeting. You want to send them to your contact page, something to hire you right away. Let's move on to the next topic. What should you do with Google and Yelp? All right. So for plumbers, this works really well across the nation. In some areas, Yelp does not work so well. So if you're a plumber that your area doesn't work so well, just don't worry about this information. But here's what there's two sides of Yelp. There's organic and paid ads. And if you do invest into Yelp and you do get leads from Yelp, you really need to refine your profile, add a bunch of pictures to your portfolio. There's actually a number of things that you can do to your profile to supercharge it. And you can find that on my website called strictlyplumbers.com. For example, if you go to strictlyplumbers.com and you go over to marketing tips right in here, you'll end up finding my blogs. And right in here, there's all kinds of amazing things for you guys to see. Paid ads. Now, the Yelp advertising, I'll give you a couple more tips. There's been a lot of updates on Yelp, and sometimes it gets automatically updated on the back end. It's your job to go into your campaign and make sure that things didn't get switched around. I know what you're thinking, like, well, why should they get switched around if I didn't switch them? Updates. Okay, by default, Yelp just does this to you guys. So if you're not checking it up on a regular basis and making sure that things are like how you left them, or supercharge it or make it even more better, make it better, then you're really not paying as much attention as you could. Another thing is, if you're running like messages, you could either turn them off to get more calls, or you can use AI to go back and forth on your messages. That's something that we offer. I'm going to get away a little bit from Yelp. I think what's more popular and creme of the creme is Google. Google, there's 4 different ways, actually technically about 5 different ways to get leads with Google. 4 of them are actually showing onto Google, right? So like pay-per-click ads, Google Guarantee, Google Maps, and SEO. So the reason I put them in this order is depending on how fast you want to get leads, this order is a good sequence for you. So like SEO is not going to get you leads as fast as pay-per-click. That's just a fact, right? SEO is going to take 3 months. Pay-per-click is going to take like 2 weeks to a month. Google Guaranteed, like if you have it already, you want to crank up your budget, you want to get a lot of reviews, and the same reviews that you have on Google Maps is not the same thing as the reviews on Google Guarantee. You got to get more, and you want to integrate your CRM with Google Guarantee. So when you mark the job as complete, these people are getting a notification saying, give me a review. You really got to push for those because Google Guarantee cares more about reviews than money. You can try to spend $10,000 a month. It's not going to happen if your reputation is not good on there. So, but Google Guarantee is a great way to get you leads for like $50, $75, depends on where you're at in the United States. It's pay per lead system, not like pay per click, So it's been saturated lately, and I noticed the average is like $2,500. You used to be able to spend like $10,000, get $50 leads. If they're not legit leads, you can test it, get your money back. Okay. Google Maps and SEO, kind of like two in the same. So Google Maps is a form of local SEO, and then you have organic SEO. So like, let me just go on here and show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm just going to punch in, since I'm in San Antonio right now, Texas. This is what Google Guarantee looks like. Okay. Elmer's is that they don't work with me, but I've seen them around town. They're one of the bigger companies here. I have 4,600 reviews. Come on now. For the guys that are working with like 20 reviews, it's just not going to cut it. You really need over 125 to make a dent. Then you have pay-per-click ads. Okay. Pay-per-click ads. Here you have Radiant and Roto-Rooter. I actually know who Radiant is because they're next door to Mr. Rooter. That's interesting, which are my clients, which are right over here. Okay, Mr. Rooter of San Antonio. So anyways, we're not doing their pay-per-click ads, right? And so this is going to always shift as well. Okay, this pay-per-click stuff, just because they're here now, doesn't mean they're going to be here forever. It's a bidding process, and it's got to cycle through multiple plumbers. So you got to choose the right keywords, have a good bidding process, and have a great reputation, not just in real life, but also through Google. Google Maps. So like every time somebody clicks on these ads, you're going to get charged. Every time somebody clicks on these Google Maps, you don't get charged. This is called SEO. It's a local form of SEO. All right. So you actually can force a paid ad into this Google Map area. There'll be a fourth one. You can actually perform that. We do that for plumbers all the time. It's pretty cool. Okay. Down below here, this is called traditional organic SEO. This is actually the company I used to work for, owned by ARS Rescue Router. It's kind of good to see them here, but this is organic SEO. And it goes on and on and on and on. But do you think people are calling people down here? Some are, but the majority of the people are calling somebody up here. Maps seems to be really popular. Now, the reason this is the creme of the creme is once the customer calls you, nobody else gets the lead, right? Like it's not you and another plumber that gets the lead. And then you get the call directly from them. So it's like there's no weird tracking phone number where you don't have their number. They will have your number and you will have theirs. All right. So let's move on to, I want to wrap this up here and get in, talk to you guys a little bit more because I want to give an opportunity to Mr. Glenn to talk here. And before we do that, I want to talk to you guys about a case study, how we help Mr. Rooter get more plumbing leads daily. So this is actually, they're at my house. You can see my house reflection on their van here. Okay. So we've been hired by multiple locations here. Mr. John Rocco, he's been with Mr. Rooter franchise since 1999 in Orange County. Okay. Which is this person right there. All right. So this picture of them at my house is a different location of Mr. Rooter San Antonio, which we work with as well. Orange County says, we've used very many marketing agencies, but none like Strictly Plumbers. They are very honest and communicative. If one of our campaigns needs to be adjusted, we can get it done really fast as they communicate through the app Basecamp. They handle all things marketing, but only handle Yelp and Google for us. Okay. Their dedicated team is always helping, especially Trevor, Lindy. Trevor's a wizard on Google. Lindy is great account manager and very knowledgeable. She even helps us strategize on marketing they don't manage for us. At the end of the day, they are a great family-owned business, just like us, led by two great people, Tony and Viviana. So Tony and Viviana is actually me and my wife, and we have a team of about 20 staff members, and we work with over 500 plumbing business owners all over the United States. So if you guys need help growing your plumbing business, getting more leads, you can go to strictlyplumbers.com. And this is the first thing you'll see at the very top of my website is this area right here. And you can call me or you can set a free appointment to talk about getting you a marketing plan that works best for your company. I want to move on to talk about how to train your plumbers and staff to generate more profitable invoices and make more money with sales training for plumbers. And this is where Glenn's going to come into play as well. With sales training for plumbers, we've been doing this with companies all over the United States, of course, including one of my favorites, Mr. Rooter. So like, this is actually not the owner. I have a great review from the owner, but check this out. Here's what I've trained their staff to do. Daryl wrote this. I use the service working at Mr. Rooter of Newark, Delaware, to help me with my overall sales and sales conversions, and the skills I gained help me achieve 100K in a month. I will be forever grateful, Tony G, and recommend to all the plumbing services companies. So we helped him sell this dig up. This is an employee that's never hit 100K in his life, and we helped him get there. How did we do that? Well, we showed that company the 9 steps to the perfect plumbing sale. They actually have the 14 steps to the perfect plumbing sale, but I piggyback onto what they got going on, and I teach the plumbers how to sell between 50 and 100K per month. Okay. Very normal with the prices going on these days, ethically, by the way. I feel that financing change orders is a big deal. Financing change orders. And I think Glenn can really, agree to that. So we want to talk about change orders from drain cleaning to sewer repairs, which is what we have going on here. Okay. One of the biggest takeaways, or one of the things I see the most from running around training plumbers all over the United States on how to sell between 50 and 100K per month, is that like other than pricing and having the right team, I think that the guys aren't offering financing enough. So what does that mean? First of all, anything over $1,000, offer financing. Okay. Don't wait for the homeowner to show signs of financing. Actually, a matter of fact, I'm talking about financing as I'm walking through the door, not to scare people. You can do in the way of storytelling, which is an old skill, right? You can talk about, we just helped Mrs. Johnson install a water filtration system, and it only cost her $150 a month instead of 7,000. And this really helped her family. I'm giving an example right now. I think Glenn has better examples for you guys. But the change orders, so you got the initial service call, and then you got a change order, right? And so like some of the plumbers are just not asking for the change order, even though the problems are there. And a couple of reasons: they don't want to seem pushy, they just want to go home. There's a lot of reasons why, or they're just not good with sales and they're not proactive. You need to train these guys at least once a month, on sales. Once a week is pretty often. If you go through a course, then that's good, but graduate and move on, right? Once a month is good. I feel like offering financing is such a big deal. I even went to like big monster companies, like with over 100 employees, and some of the guys are not comfortable presenting financing. Some of the guys are real strong doing it, right? So what I recommend for plumbing business owners is get your team, get your iPads, get your phones, bust out with it on your device and talk about it there instead of verbally, because some of the plumbers don't know how to really bring it up and talk about it. They just don't. And you want them to, but they're not. And so then it comes to like inspecting what you're expecting, right? And so it's like, how do you make these plumbers do it? Because some of them just won't, right? So training and SOPs and setting expectations. So what I used to do when I was managing a plumbing shop is I would inspect the invoices and look at initials and make sure it's legal and make sure the description is legit. I would call it being court ready, right? Like if I went to court with this project, this little thing, this plumbing that you did, am I going to win or am I going to lose based off of your shitty invoice? And so nowadays with Service Titan House Call Pro, there's like these predictive or like pre-built descriptions, right? There's like so much more that you guys can do to protect yourselves. But that's getting legal. I want to talk about how to get bigger invoices and how to get that surge of clients, and how to make more money as the slow season is passing through and it doesn't affect you. You have to inspect with your plumbers that they're offering financing, anything over $1,000, and you got to make it doable within your CRM or your invoices so that you can inspect that. Somebody's got to do that. And if you're not doing that, especially on estimates, and you're not picking it apart like that, like a one-on-one coaching, then you're really just letting your plumbers float around and doing what they could to grow your business, and that's kind of a big problem in my perspective, because they're not going to treat it as good as you. So, but they will treat it really good with Mr. Glenn. So real quick, Mr. Glenn, him and I have been working for years now, like even back when I had hair. Look, I'm losing my hair, guys. So I've been installing Halo since before I owned Strictly Plumbers, when I was out in the field. And one of the first things I did is I got with PHCC right over here. I got with PHCC and I worked with them to help plumbing business owners, and throughout the years, Glenn and I have been helping plumbers get through some of the most difficult times in US history, like COVID. We had everybody getting real busy. Okay. Well, not everybody. We helped a lot of plumbers get real busy. Matter of fact, Glenn and I put together a very specific training that will teach you guys how to add 300K in annual sales for your plumbing company. That's a very in-depth training. So anybody watching this, please go. I'm going to have Glenn explain how they can get a hold of that. Because he's got a website for you guys. And so, Mr. Glenn, I want you to take it away. Mr. Glenn was also PhD president, for many years.
Thank you.
And there he is. So go ahead, Mr. Glenn.
Yeah, well, those are great old pictures. Oh, hooray for time lapse.
Yeah,
I wish we could go back. Yeah.
My hair does.
Well, the technicians, contractors. My name's Glenn Blue. I'm the founder and CEO of Halo Water Systems. If you ever never heard of the product, but we're number one with contractors, Tony, across the United States. So that's why you invited me here. And but helping contractors do more with less is what Halo does. It's, Tony says $300,000 add-on. What the heck is that? And that's just one Halo sale, just one Halo sale a day, or excuse me, one Halo sale a week is 300,000. One Halo sale a day, Tony, is 1.5 million, and depending on how many trucks you are or you're running, and it's doing more with less. It's paying attention to what the jobs, what you're doing, and change orders. I call it add-ons. So add-on sales. So you're out there for that dig up, that young man that you helped, Mr. Reuter in Virginia or Maryland, and they're doing a dig up, and people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And everybody wants it. They just don't know you have it. So the key is, to get, is to get to, be comfortable and competent enough to grab a brochure and throw it in front of the customer, because 1 out of 20, Tony, is the number. So you guys that are sitting there, we're all good at math, especially on payday. So at the end of the month, or when we're doing our measuring our KPIs, right? We're all, as owners and even technicians, because we want to know that hey, Tony paid me the right amount. So it's all about large numbers. So if you're running 3 trucks and you're in 12 homes a day, you 1 out of 20. It's real easy. If you're running 3 trucks, 3 trucks, you're in 9 homes a day. That's 30. That's 30 a week. You should be selling 1.5 units a week on average. That's 4 or 5 a month. You've hit that $300,000 threshold just by bringing it up, Tony. It's what, it's we put the blinders on, and it's being a national brand, and having my fingers all over the United States. It's been a little rough, but we have flow patches like you're talking about to plan for, and I see it all over the country. 100 truck shops, or 100 million, or 200 million, or I was in a 400 truck shop the other day, and they all do the same thing. Even small shops, as you're watching your spend on advertising. What's nice today is if they have somebody like you to manage it or help look and make sure that they're not spending too much and they're getting the right results. And it's impactful, because once you spend it, it's gone. So thanks for being a friend of the contractors there, Tony. And as far as Halo goes, it's every day, every call. They want to protect, number one, the investment they just made in your home. You replaced the water heater. What broke it? It's the water that broke it. They don't want to, they don't want to see you again in 4 to 5 years. They'd rather see you in 10 years. And how are you going to get 10 years instead of 6 out of a water heater? You're going to protect the investment they just made in your company today. And it's a simple process. We provide books, flyers, test kits, landing pages. Tony brings up. I'm a big fan of QR codes. This is my $300,000 test kit that's available to anybody on this call today. Comes with a QR code to show you what the local
open it up.
Water quality is, and it's
what's in the blue box. I got one right here.
So the blue box. Yeah, my trust. So
There's
I get
money in there.
my wife. I'm 20 years. My co-founder. She gets so mad at me, Tony, because I keep giving. I give away 3,000 to 5,000 of these a month, and so what it is it's a swimming pool chlorine pH test kit. It even says it on there. And when you're in the home and you're doing a toilet rebuild, you go, oh, I know what broke your toilet, and then the homeowner goes, oh, what broke my toilet? It's the water that broke it. You can actually dip this container. You take the caps off, dip it in the toilet tank, take it out, and then you put 5 drops of the red gen, which is the regen, which does pH, alkalinity. If it's red, it's not dead. If it's red, it's alkaline, and people like alkaline water. That's cool. But when you do the yellow one and you put the 5 drops in and it turns yellow, the darker the yellow, the more chlorine, the more bleach. And the perfect place is at the toilet, believe it or not out of the bowl, guys. Come on, have a little class. Use the tank. Let's have a little class. We're classy plumbers. So we're going to use the tank, and it says here, Tony, it says ideal. And that's the ideal chlorine level for what? Tap water? No, swimming pool. So you have more chlorine and bleach in your tap water than recommended for a swimming pool. And in that toilet tank, there's a sticker, and you can actually have the homeowner say, and you might not even know this, Tony, but if you read the sticker, it says, if you add bleach or cleaner to the bowl to the tank, if you add bleach or cleaner to the tank, the warranty is void on day one. So I mean, I've been in this industry for 45 years. I can tell you how many my companies put in thousands upon thousands of toilets, and they were all voided on day one. I got into the water business. It's been 20 years now. What a ride! We're a national brand. We're number one with contractors, and it's our winning cult shoppable service that keeps us there with you, the contractors and technicians watching today. And if we could be of any help, if you're interested in learning how, you know, how to further use this tool, because if you're standing in the kitchen or in the bathroom and you show them that they have more chlorine in their tap water than recommended for a swimming pool, the lights go off and then they start, well, or you're walking through the garage and you see 15 stacks, 15 cases of bottled water. Well, I couldn't help but notice Tony had 15 cases of bottled water in the garage. But the average family of four spends $150 a month on bottled water. What are you spending? And that gets them to think about it. And that gets everybody, now they're engaged. And I gotta tell you, if you don't bring it up, then your co-employee or the guy down the street, your friendly competitor, friendly competitor, that's a term. So, so your fellow plumbing contractor down the street's going to go in after you. If you don't bring it up, you're going to go back next time, and someone's going to put this in. They're going to put in whole house filtration and conditioning because it's the fastest growing industry right now, and with contractors, because it's an easy add-on. It's just so easy to add a new revenue stream, and we call it water quality as a profit center. We actually have a book on it. If you'd like the book, you could call this number. I'm gonna go real slow. It's 800-951-0538 is our 800 number. My staff is there. Tell them that you're interested in water quality as a profit center. So I mean, revenue stream. Tony throws out 300,000. It's that easy. It's, be confident enough every day, every call to bring up water quality. And there's plenty of reasons to do that. Obviously, when you're walking by a water heater that's leaking or a leaky faucet, it's the chlorine and the ammonia that breaks down the rubber gasket. Those Moen cartridges, Tony, for how many years I don't even know if they still have lifetime warranties on them. I couldn't tell you. I've been out of the trades that long. So when I was in the trade, they had a lifetime warranty. Well, it's the chlorine and the water breaks down the rubber gaskets and they start to leak. So protecting the investment, protecting the health and safety of the homes and family you're serving today, first and foremost, is as easy as making a phone call to 800-591-0538 and tell them that you want to learn more about water quality as a profit center. And let's get ahead of the game. Christmas, the holidays coming, and we all know that we all took a hit in the first of the year. I've seen it across the country. Nobody was immune to the slowdown, and now we're going to have a holiday on top of it. Let's be proactive. Let's be proactive with the guys in your home inspections. I couldn't help but notice you didn't have a filtration system for your whole house, filtration system for your home. Are you interested in any options? We sell a lot of whole house filtration. It just happens to be Halo. If you'd like some more information, let me know while you're walking through the home. Once they sign on that line or that tablet that's dotted, I'm dating myself, Tony.
Like,
on the line of the contract. I never did tablets. Everything we did was paper contracts. For those of you that don't know it, I had been a plumbing HVAC contractor for 26 years. I had 60 trucks on the road, and then I started Halo 20 years ago. So now that you guys don't sign on the dotted line, but once they authorize the work, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And why wouldn't you bring up water quality? Why wouldn't you make water filtration a new revenue stream for your company today? I mean, thank you, Tony, for having me. And I hope you guys hear this message. And we got lots to offer you. On-site real-time training, online real-time water expert certification. So, and we can help you with that. So just reach out to my 800 number. Thank you, Tony.
Awesome, Mr. Glenn. I do have a few questions for you because I feel like some of the plumbers out there struggle, the plumbing business owners struggle to get the plumbers to actually do it. So I've given advice of like, hey, at the kitchen counter, don't ask them, just do it. Have it laid out. Don't even, don't talk, Some people will bring it up when they see it right there. Like there's so many strategies behind how do you get your plumbers, the staff, to make sure they're actually offering it. Glenn, can you just touch base on that and tell us what do you recommend?
Just to make sure that they're offering. Well, you mentioned, Service Titan and House Call Pros, and I have the 6 steps to success where I have them get a brochure. We supply them with a red pin Sharpie because red ink is call to action. And after they do the water test and they get the 2 parts per million of chlorine, and the pH is neutral, so we're okay with that. But and then when we get them on here, we have a QR code that takes them to the EWG, which is a third party reporting group that reports on the local. I'll put it up here. They can even take that QR code. They scan what's in your water, and we have that in all our brochures, which is bigger. Maybe I'll put it up there for a few seconds if somebody wants to copy this. But this will take you scan to find out what's in your water. So if you scan to find out get my fingers out of the way, it'll take you to the environmental working group and tell you exactly what is in the water, and it'll name out the contaminants that exceed the recommended or the recommended guidelines. Pretty cool stuff, and it comes with all our stuff as QR code. But it's getting the guys to take this test kit and put it where, Tony? Not nowhere nasty. Put it in your back pocket. Take the test kit. I know I'm old school. Take the test kit, put it in your back pocket when you get out of the truck. If you don't have it, you won't use it. But they have to become competent and confident enough to bring it up. And most plumbers are scared. And Halo was founded by a plumbing contractor and technician, myself, founded by a contractor for contractors. So everything we do, from brochures to websites to training, is fun and easy. So the guys get comfortable, and it's repeat, right? And then once they start to taste the success and they sell one Halo, or if they sell 2, I had a guy just, at this All City, sold 2 on Sunday. He worked on Sunday, sold 2 Halos. So he's on pace, to do $800,000 just in Halo. So you guys out there, Tony said, 4 to 5, 3 to 400,000 is an average plumber. But I got plumbers that are selling Halos because they sell Halos. They're $1 million, because you can take that 300, and now it's or they're doing 600 if they just sold 2 a week, and it's everybody wants it. But they're not gonna. Customers not gonna chase you down the street with a check and yell, "Come back! I want to buy a filtration system." But it's getting the guys competent and confident enough to bring it up. And once they realize that they do the water test, they look it up, their water report, and see how many contaminants are in there. And on average, it's and it's the critical level, EPA measurements or above EPA ratings, and it's normally 6 to 12 contaminants. And well, I drink bottled water. Well, what do you bathe in? Well, your skin is the largest organ in your body, and you absorb contaminants in the shower and in the bathtub, and it's life changing just to be able to go to your faucet and drink the water with confidence, and drink more of it. You feel better. You're drinking more water because now it tastes better. It's easy, accessible, and it's fun. It's easy, but it's not fun. It's not easy, guys. It's not Halo. So you can take.
That's right. I have a Halo at my house as well. My family likes it. My wife likes it. Water tastes great. Our skin feels smooth. We love it. So as a consumer, I like it. As a business owner and as an advertiser, I love it again. And as a fan as well, because I've been installing Halo
Thank you, Tony.
since before I invented Strictly Plumbers, and I was plumbing for 15 years prior to that. So I'm a fan as well, I
met you when you were a plumber.
Way back.
Way
back.
back.
Glenn, we gave it your phone number. It's going to be hard for guys to remember. I think your website is easy to remember. Can you tell the guys
halowater.com. HALO water.com. Go ahead, click on contact, reach out to us. I mean, we can do branded videos. Even if you're a one-man shop, we're going to help you succeed. And think about adding $300,000 while you're on this webinar with me and Tony. And how impactful is that to you and your family?
Yeah.
and technicians that are sitting there and going, well, $300,000 in new revenue. They've already done the math. And for most guys across the country, it's a $20,000, $30,000 pay raise, Tony. Just one a week can be,
Wanna be.
can be a $20,000, $30,000 pay raise. So, but nothing happens without action, right? I mean, it's, you got to execute. And for you owners, contact us and, contact Tony, but you set a goal for 2024 of $1.5 million in whole house water filtration by Halo, and that's just one a day. 1.5 million. So you're setting your budgets, or you're setting your budget, and you go, well, I don't think it's enough. Let's add $1 million in water, and it's achievable. It's 1 out of 20. Do the math. If you're doing 20 calls a day, and you're not doing $1 million plus in water, you need our help. Reach out to me and Tony. We can help you get there.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna do one more screen share and give everybody a reminder. If you are interested in hiring Mr. Glenn with Halo and having their company train your plumbers to be water filtration experts on a scientific level, so they understand water filtration, and then the sales portion of it, so they actually sell more of it, please go to halowater.com. All right, that's where you could see and visit Glenn and Halo's their company. For anybody that is interested in sales training for plumbers, and you want to help your plumbers, whether you sell more Halos or excavate sewers, please visit salestrainingforplumbers.com. I own that website. It's called salestrainingforplumbers.com. And if you guys need help with some lead generation, whether it's Yelp or Google or your website, Santa's helping me gift away some plumbing jobs. So what you can do is go over to my website, all right, and visit my website. It's called strictlyplumbers.com. And once you get there, you'll see this here, and you can call me, or you can schedule an appointment in advance. You can see my services are all right here. There's a lot of different services that we provide to help plumbing business owners. And I hope this meeting has helped plumbing business owners become more aware of what you should be doing to social media, Google, Yelp, your website, your plumbers, to get a surge of leads and more profitable invoices throughout the slow season, so you avoid it. And if you just need additional help, you want to hire us, please visit those websites, strictlyplumbers.com, salestrainingforplumbers.com, or halowater.com. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Peace out.